Hello and welcome to a brand new episode of Silver and Steel. We are back. Your Tuesday night crew. That's my new word for us.
Tuesday crew?
The Tuesday night crew.
Tuesday crew.
Yeah.
I like it.
I like it. Not as cool as like a breakfast club, but that's okay.
Cruise day night. Yeah. I don't know. We'll workshop it.
Yeah, we'll work on it. It's a work in progress. Yeah. Hi. Hello. I'm so awkward.
I'm like thrown off. I'm like, I can't think of anything better.
Yeah. I got kind of lost in my brain maze as well. This is a D&D 5th edition campaign that is no longer that new. We are up to episode 7. I'm so glad you could join us tonight. Every single time myself or one of our wonderful players rolls a nat 20, we're going to be giving away a legendary bundle on D&D Beyond. So make sure you stick around, but not just for the giveaway, but also because I have great players and they get up to all kinds of chicanery every single week, and you should definitely check it out. But before that, let's get some introductions out of the way. I'm going to go completely out of order. Lauren, you're on the hot spot. Go.
Sure. Hi, I'm Lauren. You might know me as Obo. I'm the community manager for D&D Beyond. I'm playing Callie, the Warforged Rogue. I have knives.
Perfect.
Perfect
Todd,
introduction.
We're going to get rid of the D&D Beyond people first, and then... There's a method to my madness.
You mean get rid of?
Like, no, get away. Not get rid. I'm not murdering it.
Tell him, Jasmine.
There's a laser trained on you. Right?
I knew this day was going to come.
Todd and I got really nervous all of a sudden. He's like,
Todd, you have a red dot on your head. What's that mean?
That's just
it means run and save yourself, Meagan. Save yourself.
I'm Todd Kenreck. I'm married to Meagan Kenreck. That's my best job. It's not a job. What else do I do? I do creative stuff at D&D Beyond. And I have character ADD, as Jasmine has now been succumbed to. Who's next?
We'll go with B Dave.
B Dave Walters. I say words about things. You can find me anywhere fine gaming streams can be located. Just had a Kickstarter fund this past weekend for my graphic novel Electropunk Children of the Future.
Congrats.
Thank you.
Yeah, congratulations. That looks so awesome.
Thank you. Yeah, and here playing the best boy, the lucky boy, Freely the Halfling hero.
Yeah, also congrats to Tess Fowler for reaching her goal. I think she actually went over 50,000 a little bit, so that's really awesome.
And thank you to everyone in this community. I'm always amazed by the generosity of the D&D people, and so thank you all. It really is make a world of difference for her and her husband, Chris. So thank you all for that very much.
Yep. We may not have universal healthcare, but we have each other.
We have the universal togetherness of mankind.
You worded it so much better than me.
No, that sounded like something a chick on Instagram would say. Meagan, take it away.
Hi, my name is Meagan Kenreck. I'll be playing Sofieus, a level 4 alchemist artificer. And I just kind of want to know why my husband Avren hasn't told me about his secret lockbox.
Oh, yeah, there is a secret lockbox.
That's right.
Wow.
That's right.
She brought it up. She brought it up so quickly. We haven't even started yet. She brought it up.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I know what we're exploring today.
Aim for his no-nos.
Is that your Daisy?
That was amazing.
That was really good.
I'm from Genevieve.
Good.
I am a professional, ladies and gentlemen.
Now with a professional microphone.
It's just a microphone. I have a Daisy setting on the mic. That's it. Yeah.
It's amazing. I love
In case you weren't picking up on B-Dave's low register before, you get the full effect now.
I guess that leaves me. I'm that bronze girl, and I am the DM for this wild campaign. And with that, let's hit the trailer. And we are back. Before we dive into the game, we've got some cool stuff from Twitter to show y'all. We got sent all this cool stuff.
I love this so much.
We have fan art that makes
It's
me so
adorable.
Oh, Chibi, Sophia's on the butter.
Sophia.
Is this the first fan art that I've received for Sofieus? And it's so representative of her as a person.
We're gonna have to
Super
frame that.
cute.
I think her first piece of furniture after college was probably a huge chunk of butter.
We've got Chibi Sofieus to match Chibi Avren.
Sorry,
and then
I
we've
had
got-
to think about that for a second. I was just like, large chunk of butter. Okay, sure. Yeah.
It would
Yeah.
melt
Go ahead.
every day.
You got to use
Yeah.
what you have.
And then we have a bunch of amazing gifts sent to us by the wonderful Robo Goblin.
Yep. So, I mean, now it's just becoming a thing every week. We
Our
just get a whole
favorite
series
gift maker.
Yeah, of gifts from RoboGoblin. And the Chibi Sophias was from La Dos Equis. So thank you for that.
Thank you, Lados.
For our listeners at home or on the podcast. I'm
Wait
trying
a
to be
second.
good
If
about
that
it.
was your first piece of Sophia's fan art, does that mean that was your first piece of fan art, period?
Yeah, I think so, actually.
Well, if you don't
There
count that other
go.
GIF, if you don't count the GIF.
Yeah, if you don't count the gift. But like, something that was drawn by hand.
Oh,
There you go.
Aw.
Congrats.
It makes me feel special. It means a lot to me. I mean,
You
I've paid
should.
for
It's a big
art.
deal.
I've paid for art for Sophia's, but the fact that somebody just did this because they wanted to means a lot. It makes me very happy.
it makes
Oh,
us all happy.
Oh, mushy.
I know.
It was
Sorry.
great. It was
Sorry.
beautiful, yeah.
I'm just giving you shit.
Feelings.
Some people have feelings, Jasmine.
Can't relate. Some of us
I don't believe you.
BD.
Drinks heavily.
But one of my favorite drag queens, Willem, said, "Emotions are for ugly people."
How dare!
An amazing quote.
I love that quote so
we need
much.
it on a t-shirt.
But then we would be stealing her quote.
That is true.
Yeah, they need to put it on a t-shirt, and then
Yeah.
we can buy it. Boom.
Yeah. Oh,
Somebody
yeah,
that
obviously.
knows Willem, tell them sell t-shirts so we can get it. Yes. Mhm.
All right, let's get into it. So, last we saw our intrepid crew. They were deep inside the silver mine at the edge of town. Callie and Freely had descended further into the mine past a very scary cave-in, and the rock that Millie was resting on all of a sudden moved. And it is in this situation that we find ourselves.
I believe
I
there's
think
also
that's exactly where we stopped, right?
Yeah, like
Yeah.
panicked like eyes and people in the call saying like don't be making those noises, and us going, wait, what noises? What's going on?
I think
Yeah.
I was in the middle of grabbing Millie's arm and pulling her away from the rock because I saw that it started to move.
Okay. So yes, Millie's standing on the rock or sitting on the rock, and she says like, I thought I told you, no more jokes. And she says this to Avren. And I think Avren had just said, what joke?
Yeah, there's not quite really a joke so much as something's underneath your feet, which, may or may not be funny. I want to get off of it.
It's at this moment that Sofieus reaches out and grabs Millie's arm, and you pull her away.
Yes.
And you see it more clearly now. Sure enough, there's two eyes in this rock that open and blink, and then the entire thing starts to move. And as it does, the cave-in behind it shifts and creaks and groans as all the rocks that were like kind of embracing this tunnel shift.
I've grabbed Freely and freezing because I don't know what's going on, but now rocks are moving. And then in the call I'll say to him, wait, watch, hold on. What's going
Excuse
on?
me, rock thing. Can you stop moving?
Rock thing.
Yeah, Millie, have you ever seen anything like this? A moving rock?
Yeah, she looks at it very cautiously. She sees it start to like move and rumble and kind of draw itself up to its full size. And sure enough, you realize that when it was motionless, it was completely indistinguishable. But now that it's moving, it's like a whole as it starts to raise up to its full height, it's almost like a full person. It's humanoid in nature. You hear this crack as its lower jaw like kind of opens and it stretches, and you notice it has a mouth and even some semblance of a nose. and two dark recesses that are the eyes that you saw first open. And Millie takes one look at you, one look at the rock, and she goes, "Oh no!" And she see her turn around and start to go the other way.
Millie, where are you going?
We've got to leave. We've got to leave right now. And you
Well-
psychically, she says to Callie, she says, either stay there, find someplace secure, or try to get out. This does not bode well.
What
And
is
you
it?
see her start to make her way through, like, back through those supporting struts.
Millie,
We're
what is
holding this
it?
thing together.
Millie?
And she's like completely panicked. And she just says, living rock.
Have I ever encountered any kind of living rock when I was living underground?
Go ahead and give me a history check.
Sure. It's a 14.
You've heard of elementals that sometimes can rove dark, rocky passages.
Have I heard of them in the sense of avoid them, or that they're okay and friendly?
From what you've heard stories going both ways. From what you've heard, it can the accounts are varied. It's like when you ask people about sharks. Some people will say that they're incredibly dangerous. Others will say that they mind themselves if you leave them alone. You're right. The stories you've gotten aren't very reliable.
Okay. Freely, we need to go back and see what's going on. And I want to climb up and like poke my head through. There was like a rubble pile that we all had to climb through. And I want to poke my head up so I can see what this thing is.
So as you reach up and so you're trying to poke your head back through the hole to look down?
Yeah, I know that it took butter and some pushing in order to get me through. So I'm not trying to.
Well, this hole has loosened now.
Yeah,
and in
but I'm
fact, you
still-
notice the structural integrity of this entire tunnel now is in question.
Oh, that's not good.
because
No.
as it pulled its body up, you realize some of its body was kind of bracing the debris that had covered the tunnel.
Mhm.
So the hole that you originally came through is much bigger now, because essentially rocks have been moved and from the bottom and it has slid down. So you can come through easily.
I'm still not going to come through because that scares Callie.
How tall is this thing?
It's large. It stands at about, like, the top of its head is almost close to scraping the top of the ceiling of the room that you're in. And it towers above you at about 6.5 to 7 feet tall.
And I'll relay really
hello?
quick. Be very careful. Everything has gone very unstable, and this creature might not be friendly.
I'm sure he's completely it's completely friendly. So far as an attack to could have attacked us, right? Hello?
It kind of lumbers towards you as it just you get the sense that it has just now noticed you. And it's like
I'm
kind of
gonna eat
waking
my
up
gum.
and like stretching, and you hear like stone cracking and stone grinding on itself as it like stretches and then bends down and looks at you, and you feel its like weird breath on your face. It doesn't feel hot or cold, which is kind of disturbing. And you see like two dark holes kind of look at you inquisitively as it moves.
I puff up. I just suck in a little bit and I just square my shoulders. Hello? How are you doing? Can you understand anything I'm saying? Shake your head left to right. If not, I mean, no.
notice-
I mean, if yes, then that would make more sense.
It doesn't quite. It
Those are
doesn't.
terrible instructions, Avren.
Do you want to come back down through the hole?
Me?
Yes.
So again, to be clear, we shimmied through. We saw the silver vein, but I mean, have we essentially seen all that is here? There's some, because I actually don't. I think I want to make
Okay.
sure there wasn't something of value that they were attempting to shut off over here
Yeah.
beyond just the silver vein. So
Yeah, for sure.
mean-
So go ahead and give me an investigation roll.
I am not very good at that. Let's see.
I need more languages.
In the meantime, Sofieus is chewing her invisibility gum.
Okay. So Sophia's completely disappears.
Yeah.
He has no idea where you are. Callie, when you you like hang half your body out of the hole and you're kind of dangling because it's a little bit high up off the ground. And you're met with like the backside of this rocky creature. It's kind of cute. It has like this cute little rocky butt and this like weird little back, and it's kind of stumpy, but it seems to be almost humanoid in nature.
Very well crafted.
Mhm.
And then in the call, I'll ask, as Freely does his investigation, would we like to try to make a psychic connection and talk with them?
Yes, we would like that very much because
Okay.
I'm getting absolutely nowhere.
Also has a big old 12 on my investigation.
Okay.
I'm a halfling of action, not perception.
Yeah. So as you're looking through this like area, you do notice that the excavation here hasn't gone as deeply as it has in other areas. And it's like, this is a very new silver mine and not a lot has been surveyed here. However, there is like a part of the stone that's like sort of deeper, and you could like take 10 minutes or take more time and like do a more thorough investigation if you wanted to, or if you have any skills you think you could bring to bear.
I'm going to take 10 unless I hear combat start. Like if it seems like they're talking, I keep investigating. If it sounds hostile, I'll double back.
Okay, sure. Let's do that.
So I know when I do this, I'm going to lose connection with Millie because I'm assuming Millie has booked it far enough that I can no longer see her. Or can I see her? Has she like just gone 5 feet and...
You can. She is very carefully weaving through those beams because it was pretty slow going when you came through the first time. And she like says to you psychically, she says, I don't think we should talk to it. I think we should get out of here.
So I'll refresh the psychic connection to include this being, and I'll respond to her and say, I'm afraid that if we antagonize this person, creature, entity, that things are going to get a lot worse, and talking might be the best thing right now. And then to everybody, I will say, we're linked. What would you like to say?
We mean you no harm. That seems like a really solid thing to say. Or we are friends? It's
And
an
I'll
elemental. It can't be that evil.
I'll just start relaying. I'll be relayed.
Okay.
And we will leave if you do not want us here. We do not want any problems.
It looks at Avren very like curiously, and then very calmly places a hand on his shoulder and then just moves him. But he's not walking, so it's just like one of those like weird, awkward like scoot shoves.
Yeah.
Where you're like against the wall.
Okay.
And then it begins to move back towards like where Millie is. And you notice it like contemplating like whether or not it can make it through. And Millie's standing there like, no, you can't make it through. Look at the size of you. And she's like taking the opposite approach to it as you. And you notice like at this point, she's like stopped climbing through and she goes like, no passing through here. And she like has her hand out in front of it. And she's like halfway, she's like straddling one of the large wooden beams that is bracing the tunnel. And like her hand is like above her bracing another one. And the other hand is out like almost like a policeman stop to the elemental.
Is she blocking the entrance to the mine, or is she blocking a very specific location in the mine?
The way you came in.
Okay.
She's trying to exit through the way you came in, and she
Yeah.
realizes that now the elemental is looking at it, and she's like, no. And then she like looks back at Callie and she says, this thing will break everything if it tries to come through here.
Then
Yeah, I'll relay that. I'll say, could you please wait a moment so that we can get to some safety? Because if this whole area comes down, we will be in a lot of trouble.
Like, do you get it down out of the hole or do you stay up where you are?
I think at this point, I would have climbed down and stood nearby Avren and Sofieus.
Okay.
Because now that I've got the connection up to everybody, I don't need to see freely anymore. So I was kind of staying up there to see everybody.
So it turns around and looks at you. And then it like looks back at the path and it points. And then it looks back at you.
Are you suggesting that we leave?
And it looks back at the path and points.
I think it wants to leave. Right? Or am I wrong? Or does it... I point to myself, me, and I point down there.
And it like nods.
It wants us to leave.
And then
It wants us... So Can you ask how long it's been here?
And I've been just relaying everything, but then I'll also point to this being. You leave?
He points at itself and then points at the thing and then points back at you.
I see no reason why we can't all leave together. We are here investigating an issue. Can you wait a moment before we leave?
It sits down on the floor.
Aw.
Cross-legged, which
I
is very awkward to behold. And it like fills most of the tunnel as it does this.
Where's
Millie
Millie?
very cautiously like unstraddles the beam and comes back into the area that you're in now that she sees it's like standing there. And then like walks up to it and like passes her hand in front of its face. And then she's like,
Millie, have you never encountered one of these elementals before in these mines?
where would I encounter it?
Okay.
Here in the mine where we are right now.
How do we know this thing didn't do all of this mess?
Hold on. I'm gonna grab Millie's arm because I'm invisible right now. Millie,
She like
it
jumps
is...
like a foot in the air.
Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to scare you. It is just me. I ate my invisibility gum because I was scared. Millie, are you sure you are telling us the truth? You've never seen this rock monster. Because it seems like it is trapped in here. And it does not seem like a dangerous
First of
creature.
all, I don't work in the mine. I'm a farmer. Second of all, no, I haven't seen it before. Not before right now. I was sitting on it. I didn't see it before.
So, do you think it would be wise to let it out? Because I kind of feel bad
How
for
do
it.
we know that this didn't do everything?
But look at it.
It might have done this on accident. What if someone summoned it here just to cause an accident?
I don't
Consistently,
like
we're
it.
seeing issues that seem like this. It may seem like it's this thing's fault, but it's clearly not menacing. It's just sitting here. It just sat in front of us. That's not like the actions of an evil creature. That's a creature that's being reasonable.
Is this conversation happening out loud
That's
or
a fair
psychically?
assessment. Probably both for Millie, because she is not used to the concept of psychic things.
That's fine. I'm just wondering.
So you're hearing an echo.
Oh,
The
that's
reverb
really
on-
annoying.
And she's saying it.
The reverb on this is really bad. The reason I asked is because if they're out loud, I wanted to see whether the creature is responding to anything that we're saying. I think Callie's trying to gauge whether it can understand us or if it's the psychic link that's letting it understand us.
It doesn't respond to anything she's saying.
Okay.
You raise a fair point. I just don't trust it.
Okay, well,
That's fair. I mean, we just met this creature, so...
It's a bit cute, but it's a bit scary too.
It is really cute. Look
I,
at
for
it.
one, am not a fan.
I've been told I am both cute and scary, so I think that's a good thing.
You're both cute and scary. Callie, that is why I like you so much.
I think cute and scary is a good combination.
Yes.
all right. I'm glad we've all agreed on cute and scary is a wonderful combination.
Yes, it is.
We got to figure out a way to get this thing out of here safely without collapsing the entire mine. Does anyone... I don't know. Sofieus, do you make a butter that shrinks people? I don't know. I can't keep track of it.
She holds up 2 giant sticks of butter. I think I know a way.
Okay. This is going to get real weird, kids.
It's going to be amazing.
Freely? Did you find anything? By the way, we're talking to a giant rock man.
So Freely,
Goodbye.
you're about 5 minutes in. So basically roll in another investigation check and add 5. That's usually how I do the take 5 roll.
Ooh, it's a dirty 20.
They're 20. So as you're investigating, you realize like from some of the like you notice like a crack And you realize they've been using like water tools. I think I mentioned this last session to like cut away clear slabs of the rock and then move it out of the mine and break it down into essentially silver ore. And you notice like through one of the cracks, like there's an extra fissure that has developed off on the side. Sorry, I'm drinking ginger ale. Because of the sort of earthquake that like has occurred here. One of the fissures has given, or one of the sort of like clean lines has given off to like a fissure on the side. And as you peer into it, you notice like a very strange glint. I think you were holding a lantern, correct? Oh, you're muted.
Cat.
Silence has
But
been
my sword
cast.
glows.
Yeah, your sword. That's what it was.
Mm-hmm.
As you raise your sword to look into it, you're like a red glow falls on your face, reflected from something deep inside, like a very like warm glow.
Can I reach it with my mage hand? Is it an item to pick up, or
it's part of the rock? If you look very closely and put your like eye against the fissure, you just see like your eyes are met with like the very like a smoky but very like semi-opaque ruby color, like a large ruby vein.
But it looks like it's part of, like, at least overtly, it doesn't look like it's something alive. It's something that's in the rock.
Yes, it looks very mineral in nature to you.
So you guys, wait, actually, just to Callie, I'm like, Callie, can I ask you something without Millie hearing it?
Yes, all of this is just one-way communication. I just constantly do a relay race between all of you.
Well, I found something that I think may be of value, but I don't necessarily want her to, I don't want to tell her because then she'll tell everybody and then like it's all going to go crazy. But there's like something unusual in here. Like a jewel, like it's like glowing and warm. It's nice. It's nice.
It's an expensive item that you think people might be excited about, or is this an indication of what might have actually happened in the mine?
Both. I just don't know if this like revealed some like precious minerals in here or if somebody was trying to make sure they're not revealed. I don't know, but tell Avren and Sofieus.
I'll relay all that to Avren and Sofieus and see what they say.
This crack, I mean, ill-advised though it may be, is it large enough for me to try and halfling my way into to get even closer to this, or is this just like something I can see?
Freeland, have you ever seen The Dig?
You could maybe fit your arm in.
Or
no, I
descent,
learned that lesson. No thanks.
Or
right. Yeah, if it isn't, believe it or not, I'm going to direct a message at it, just on the off chance there's any sort of intelligence, because there's living rock right over there right now. So I'm gonna just direct message like, hello?
You're met with silence.
Yeah. Maybe ask the rock monster, if you can, about a shiny red rock.
Is the creature still sitting crisscross applesauce on the ground?
It is.
Okay.
And now you notice it's like kind of tapping its fingers on the floor.
I'm going to go.
But to be clear, there wasn't even like the tiniest rock I can mage hand out of this. Like it's just like sheer something, right? Like I can't pull like any of it out.
It seems like you can't see the ends of where it is through the crack you're looking through. Does that make sense? Like it seems like if you were able to grab it, you wouldn't be able to pull it through such a narrow opening.
Got it.
You have to do some more excavation.
Or a thunder wave, but I'm not going to.
No.
If you even think that, Kelly's like,
even...
if you do that
I
right.
really am. I'm like, no, I can just like blow a hole in the wall. It's fine. I can do it right now.
Yes, if you blow a hole in the wall, you're going to blow a hole in us all, and we are all going to die.
Oh, yeah, okay. Wait, no, I won't.
I have had to pull myself out of collapsed mines before. They are not fun. Do not make me do it again.
It might be low on the list, but it's on the list.
Please don't put it on any list.
So we can't pull out any of the ruby gem without destroying the foundation? Is that basically
Attempt to. Basically what it is that the fissure is too small for you to pull it out. But you could attempt to widen the fissure.
Oh boy.
I mean, there wouldn't be zero risk that it wouldn't hurt the integrity of the mine shaft, but you could attempt to do so.
And a wave.
How about we get our little rocky friend out of here first, who's clearly growing more impatient, strangely impatient for an elemental, and then I will stay and I will try to pull whatever it is out of the crevice.
Avren, do you have anything to protect yourself from a possible collapse?
I'm wearing like lots of armor.
I know you are very strong, but
Well,
if the earth were to collapse on you,
Yeah, I
maybe
don't think this is how I'm gonna die.
no one thinks
And I've
they're
been
about
dead
to die
before.
until they do. Let's see if we can take care of several rabbits with one stone. And she'll sit down next
What?
to. Did I get that wrong?
no,
are you-
it was perfect, Callie.
Okay.
I understand what you meant.
I just heard that the other day. I thought I'd used it correctly.
It's
She'll
the
sit down.
Avren's had a
Indian.
vision of just Callie chasing rabbits and hitting them with a rock. Just one after another.
Callie, do you kill rabbits with rocks?
No, it was a saying that I had heard that I thought.
Because if you kill rabbits with rocks, you know you have to cook them.
Still
Well, I
seems
also
like
would
just
not-
psychic knifes the rabbit though. Like, how
Yeah.
do you even like psychic knife a rabbit? Like, it just has an existential rabbit crisis. Like, I'm a rabbit and die. It's like,
Well, I do not know what happens in its head, but that is essentially what I would do. Is
For it's probably like a mental carrot or something like that, right?
no, it would be a mental knife.
It's sadly ironic. Yeah. So you do know what's happening in his head? A freaking knife. Like,
All right, sorry, Giant Rock Man. We're just having a discussion amongst ourselves. So how are we doing this? How are we getting out of this particular?
Yeah, I'm gonna sit
First
down
off,
next.
I don't like small spaces, so I'm kind of freaking out a little bit.
Yeah, I'll convey to the rock creature. I'll like sit down next to it and say, "Can you tell us if you know how the mine collapsed?"
Let's see.
Because I get the sense that this creature has an intelligence, even if it can't speak. It can obviously understand us. So Callie's not assuming that it's dumb just because it can't speak.
Right.
Really, this is not unlike talking to Briv.
It's very much like quietly, like just kind of stares ahead of itself.
smells much better though.
Yeah.
The floor below us, is it all rock or is there like dirt and debris and stuff?
A majority of it is rock. There is like a film of dust on everything. And like I said, there is like some twisted up wood and metal that was the minecart that was going through here.
Okay.
Mhm.
I'm going to point at the debris that we would need to get through and say, if we move that, it will collapse and we will all be trapped. Do you know how to make sure that does not happen? Can you help us secure this?
He just points at you and then points at the path.
Oof.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So like a 1 intelligence or
Well, I do not know. Do you have a name?
It grumbles. It's like it's like low and gravelly, like the sound of two rocks rubbing together.
Is that a
Oh.
physical name or is that a mental name that we hear in our heads?
A physical one.
Okay.
Can we just call him Grumble?
I'm going to point at myself and say, my name is Callie. And then in the dirt, I will actually draw Cally
Okay.
and see what it does.
So as you put your finger down into the dirt and you draw Cally, you notice like a little pebble kind of skittles towards you from like the cave-in that you kind of climbed your way over at first. And it's like about the size of a softball, and it rolls forward and it has like two little black darkest coal eyes and like looks up at you and blinks. And like
Oh.
rolls
Oh,
across
God.
the dirt
My God.
where you wrote your name.
Oh,
we're
hello.
not safe if this thing doesn't want us to be safe.
Wait. This thing has eyes too?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay, so is this like a family? Oh God, we have a family of elementals.
Yeah.
Can you ask it if this is its home?
When you ask it, it reaches out its hand and the tiny little pebble rolls up into it, and you notice it also has little legs and little arms.
Eldritch Blast. No, I don't really.
Don't you dare.
Can I interest it in a pact with a warlock?
Avren, don't you dare! You do not know what this rock
buddy.
baby is
I
capable
don't
of.
have a rock baby in my collection yet.
What?
I'm like,
Too late.
On the
I've
other
already
hand-
I've
Oh,
already passed that along to the Rockmaster. Are you interested in becoming having a warlock patron?
I'll give up one of my levels for this one, Avren. I'm in.
That's not a thing you get to know.
Avren, I'm kind of curious how this will go. I
No,
think
we're
you
not
should make
turning
the
any
offer.
babies into warlocks today. Okay.
I mean, I know this is a bad time for new recruits, but I mean, look at it.
Okay.
It's
Okay.
cute.
I'm concerned right now that this entire silver mine has been endangering this family and potentially other creatures like it this entire time.
I'm worried about the same thing, and I will point at the collection of rubble that I'd climbed over and say, "Are there any more beings we should be careful of?"
They're both very quiet. And the pebble kind of drops down from the big rock's hand onto the floor and like scuttles around by its like where its legs are crossed.
I stick my finger out. God, I hope I don't. This isn't how I lose my finger.
Give me a charisma check.
Oh, this is going to determine a lot.
4 or 5.
See how this goes.
Do, 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 do.
You muted, B Dave.
I said, I believe in you. Bardic Inspiration.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Well, I got an 18, so
Okay.
what's Bardic Inspiration? 1d6?
You're muted again.
Sorry, I'm trying to do this with hotkeys, and there's a delay. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
1d6 if you choose to use it.
Okay, so it's an 18 plus 2. So total of 20. I'm trying not to screw this up.
It like kind of scuttles over to you and like looks at your finger inquisitively.
I could try to add the small one to the psychic call, but that would be very difficult
Is
to
there,
get us all.
Sophius, you're the smart one. Is there a way that we can widen the gap safely so we can get them out?
Well, we can start digging.
Well, we need some kind of plan. Can I make an investigation check to try to figure out if there's anything?
Yeah.
Can
I need someone to give me the help action though. This is this is
I
not
will-
my jam.
Yeah.
Well, I think Freely wants to do something.
Okay.
Well, my thing is small. I do want to make my way back over towards these elementals, and I want to point to myself and then use thaumaturgy to cause a harmless rumble in the ground. Like that's my name.
Oh, okay.
To introduce
Do you warn-
myself.
Do you warn us that's what you're going to do?
No, of course I don't.
You're getting tackled by Callie again, then. As soon as the rumbling happens, she goes, "Buffalo biscuits!"
What?
I'm like,
I'm on top of you. Yep.
All those buffalo biscuits, all those underdark buffalo.
You have new terminology that I learn every episode.
Are you asking me or asking
So
Callie?
you
Because Callie's too
rumble-
busy shielding freely right now.
Mhm,
you rumble at them.
mhm.
The little one gets extra excited and its attention is no longer on Avren. And they both kind of look at you and rumble back. Oh no.
Oh.
Unfortunately, they're very large, or at least like the big one is. And so as it rumbles back, unlike your harmless thaumaturgy, you feel the ground shift and you hear the beams behind you crack and snap, and you notice that the cave-in slides down another inch, and you start to feel dust falling in like thick shafts through cracks above your head as the entire tunnel starts to kind of like shift and groan.
Can I fit through the tunnel to go back and get the tool that what was it Millie's father used to create boulders?
Oh, the crack
two
the boulders open.
There was a tool that I
Yeah.
was using before.
Yeah, it's like a stationary tool because it's like a very large
Okay.
press that drops a weight that's like attached by pulleys to the ceiling down on top
okay.
of ore.
Not exactly mobile.
Mm-mm.
You know, freely, I'm once again protectively shielding you. And in your head, you will all hear me say, "Well, we can't stay here much longer, can we?"
Well, but whatever that is in the wall, I mean, it seems important.
Yes,
mean,
so do our lives.
Freely, I'll try to get it. I have enough space now, but everyone else should probably go, and I can try. And if not, then it'll be fine.
I look at the elemental and I say out loud, and hopefully Kelly is going to recount it. I'm like, do you want to leave or do you want to stay in here?
I'll recount.
He points at you, freely, and then points at the exit.
The same, that is basically what he's done for everybody.
Yeah.
Including himself, themselves. Yeah.
I'm gonna walk inch slowly towards the exit and just see if it follows me or something. I'm gonna see if something's changed closer to the exit or anything.
His eyes follow you, but he doesn't move his head or his body.
And Millie is still in here with us.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to head towards the exit because maybe now that it has been revealed and it's been rumbling, maybe it's revealed something else. I'm not gonna go, but I'm just gonna go search if there's other elementals, if another passage is open, if it knows something we don't know.
Okay.
If it's go there, I'm oh, all right, let's go see what's towards the exit. But and if nothing's there, I'll come back.
Okay. Millie's gonna attempt to follow you, but she's not as small or as fast as you are, so it's slower going for her.
Hey,
and she's
Millie.
Finally, a good decision.
I'm not done making it. A question for you, just purely hypothetically. Do you know anything about a red glowing warm rock? You ever seen something like that in this mine?
Rubies.
No, I mean I've seen rubies before. No, this was something different. But if there were rubies in this mine, would that be important?
I haven't heard of rubies being in the mine for about 30 or so years.
Oh, but there used to be. If there were, and I'm not saying I saw anything, that'd be crazy, but if there were, is there somebody that would not want us to find those? Would Port Argent suddenly become the preeminent power or something if we had access to a ruby mine? I'm moving while I'm asking her this, by the way.
She's kind of moving behind you, but she can't keep up, and she's huffing as she tries to do so. Oh, I'd imagine plenty of people would want them. They're not particularly common around here.
I mean, they're not common anywhere. That's what makes them rubies.
Right?
Are we psychically
Did you find a ruby?
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
I didn't.
Can I hear what Freely's saying?
I would have been relaying everything to everybody unless someone told me otherwise. Yes.
Freely?
No.
Freely, do not mention the ruby again. There are no rubies. Do not let them know there are rubies down here.
I just wanted to make sure. I know. I'm the one that told you not to tell anybody.
Clearly, I got a bad feeling now.
Okay. All right. No. It's must have been nothing. All right.
Make a deception check.
That's a natural 20.
My boy Freely finally came through.
Misdirection. I learned it from Avren. They're not rubies.
Giant rock monster is very distracting.
And as you say this, she says, "What would you know about rubies anyway? It's probably just a shiny rock." And she follows you.
Yeah, probably just a shiny rock. You're right. Get caught off the. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep. Don't listen to me. Although this time, as we're leaving, I am very much keeping an eye out for other fissures, other shit. Just like that crack kid broke in and revealed, I'm keeping an eye out for that sort of thing as this place continues to destabilize.
Mm-hmm.
And sorry, go ahead.
You do notice that the place is less stable. There are more fissures developing in the tunnel as you're going through it, but you don't see anything of note yet.
If we make it all the way back to the beginning, I'm all right, Millie, you're out. You're safe. I'm going to go back and get my friends. Do not come back in here.
I won't. And she turns around and leaves. And she's like, should I send for help?
Only if you hear.
I'll say at that point in your head, because I'm assuming this is not more than a mile away.
No. It wasn't a mile of long for you to get in there.
Okay, then we're still psychically connected. And so Callie will say, if you feel it's necessary, there's not any danger yet, but don't go more than a mile away or else I will lose connection with you and we will have no way to call for help.
I'll try not to. And then she says to Freely, since he's right there, she says, I think you should move. This doesn't look stable anymore. And she like kind of turns around. She's like, but you're all very brave. Maybe you know what you're doing. And you notice she kind of like makes her way out of the mine.
So while they've been doing that, I've turned to Avren and Sofieus and pulled out some rope and said, I should probably stay here and try to talk with this creature. If you are insistent about going back in after this whatever it is that Freely has found, we can stay here in case something goes wrong and try to dig you out.
Can I get through that little corridor and look at the quote unquote ruby?
You can attempt to, yeah. It's pretty widened now since like once the giant rock being moved, it kind of like everything slid down. You realize a lot of it was resting on it, like parts of its body.
All I'm trying to do is figure out if it's like magical or just a ruby.
Okay, yeah. So you can climb on through.
Okay.
Its eyes like move and it watches you go.
Before he leaves, I'll pull out my rope and hand him a length, the one end of it. Just in case. Okay.
Yeah, real bad feeling about all of this. So investigation, I assume?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Or actually, since you're trying to determine whether or not it's magical, give me an Arcana check.
Okay. Well, that's slightly better. 17.
From everything you can discern, there's nothing about this that emanates magic in any way, shape, or form. Now, you do know from your knowledge of magic that this could be used as in an alchemical reaction, especially in like a transmutation spell. It could be used as a reagent, but in it of itself, it is not magical. No.
Can I reach it?
You can attempt so this is something that like Freely's arm could barely get into. You could attempt to like wedge your arm or your hand in there. But based off of the size of the gleam, you could tell that even if you were to touch it, you wouldn't be able to like grab it and pull it out, if that makes sense, because it's larger than the fissure that you're looking at.
Boy.
Is there any other indication about what might have caused this besides these creatures? Is this something else that we need to investigate, or can we just leave it behind?
Yeah, I'm also looking around. There's no like runes. There's no like weird candles. There's nothing strange about this situation, right? Other than
nothing that you can tell. Callie and Freely did a pretty good job searching this room. And you're not sure whether the cave-in was caused by digging too deep or whether it was caused by these creatures. It could have been a combination of both.
Okay.
Can I use my tools to try and dig a small piece of the ruby out, or make the fissure bigger so that I can take a ruby out?
Yeah, you can attempt to do so.
Like a really small sample.
Oh, you've both gone over there? Oh, okay.
Yeah, if you want to.
I would like to go over there if I can.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, no, at this point, like I said, the hole is large enough that you can, you just have to clamber up like a sort of basically like this like, slippery pile of gravel and then all the way down, and you'll slide down basically easily on the other side. And there's Avren. Okay. And he points out the rock fissure to you. And the tunnel, like I said, is still like there's almost like streams of sand and dirt kind of like starting to come down in through the ceiling, and the support beams are creaking as you move.
Sofieus, what are you gonna do it fast.
So Avren, I know we have to leave very soon, but I just want to get one little sample of this. But before I do so, I want to make sure that I'm not going to cause you any harm.
No, I'm gonna be fine.
And she draws like a blue circle around him and casts sanctuary around Avren.
Okay.
B. Dave?
We
can't hear you.
Oh,
muted.
Oh, can you hear me now?
Your hockey?
Yeah, there we go.
That was very dramatic, though.
It's like, oh God.
Dramatic pause.
When I asked the elementals if they wanted to leave, they just pointed at me in the way out, right? Okay, got it. Now, there's things that Dave, know that I don't know if Freely knows. So what would I need to roll to see what I know about elementals?
I would say probably. So do you think Freely is drawing on past experience, or do you think he's drawing on his general knowledge?
Experience. He's not a reader.
Okay. If he's drawing off his past experience, I would just do like a wisdom saving throw to see what he can recall.
Oh, that's not terrible. Okay. That would be 18.
18. So what information are you trying to search your memories for?
About their form of locomotion. I know how earth elementals travel. I just don't know that Freely knows how earth elementals travel.
Yeah.
So,
So the way I'm going to play this is Freely can recall any memory he has of an encounter he had with an earth elemental to remember how they move.
maybe it can help us get it out, because I think they can go like through rocks, if I recall. Like they swim in it like water. They don't like knock stuff around. They just go.
Yeah, right. No, good point.
We can try to ask, but it's
My
been difficult.
concern is if we bring it out, we can't show the townspeople. If this is their home, they'll never stop. The town will never stop mining here.
We've already got that problem with the silver mine, don't we?
It's still a problem.
It also seems like these creatures also want to leave, so it might not be a problem. The greater, more immediate problem is both the cave-in and the fact that our communication skills with these creatures have been less than ideal. And I will turn to the big one in front of me, because I'm still standing there with the rope, and I will psychically with the creature say, "Can you move through the rock to get out?"
He like looks at you and then like very carefully like basically settles back against the rock wall to where it almost looks like he disappears and then reappears.
And he like literally just melds into the rock, or just becomes okay.
You can't really tell. It's almost like a mind trick. Like his eyes close and he almost forms like a semblance of like, you know, like just unanimated boulders, and then the eyes open again and it's like he's back.
What if we get this creature to present a ruby to the townsfolk? As
you say this, like the tunnel starts to creak more and like small bits of rock start to fall from the ceiling.
Right. Sophia's, try to get a sample. We gotta leave.
I'm going as fast as I can. Ding, 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 ding.
So I'll have you give me a sleight of hand check. So you're going to have to get your tools in, you're going to have to widen the crack, and then you'll have to do a second check to see if you can like successfully extract the ruby.
Okay.
Callie, ask the elemental to pull the ruby out for us.
I think Sofieus is doing that right now. I'm getting ready to pull out Sofieus and Avren.
Well, the first roll was a 7.
Okay. So as you crack at the rock, you do manage to like find like this perfect little spot. You put your chisel in it and your hammer, and crack, a bunch of the rock comes away. And then you notice like the crack continues up, and you know it's like watching it in slow motion. It trickles up closer and closer towards the ceiling. It spiders, and then there's silence before you hear it start to like a groaning, like a deep, deep groaning. And then you feel a shudder. And as this happens, I'm going to have you all make a dexterity check.
Oh God.
Why check?
Freely,
Why
did you come back through the...
I was making my way back. It's up to you whether or not I've arrived again. Like basically after I got Millie out, I turned back for them. So
so I'd say you'd still be in the part of the tunnel that's supported, so you can pass the dexterity check, but everyone else will have to make one. Is
this a check or a saving throw?
Saving throw.
Oh, thank you. Okay. All right, I got a 15.
Okay, perfect. Avren, Sofieus?
10.
10, okay.
11.
11, all right. So, Callie, you managed to duck out of the way right before a large piece of like flat and jagged rock falls near your head. Avren, you take 7 damage as a rock falls, like a large piece directly down on top of you. And Sofieus, you only take one. It's just a pebble, and it just kind of like bounces off the top of your head.
Well, that wasn't so bad.
That checks out.
Does it have eyes? Does it get up on little legs and walk away?
It gives her
Does
a little
it?
tiny kiss
Does
on her
it though?
temple and walks away.
No, it doesn't.
Rock
I'm sorry.
fall. Everybody
I'm sorry, Sofieus. I didn't mean to.
Even the
A
rocks
rock
love her.
also
Yeah,
falls
exactly.
on your big stony friend in the hall.
Oh,
Oh gosh.
can rocks be hurt by rocks?
Okay.
Oh, apparently
So
rocks.
as the rock falls on its head, you see him like kind of shake and like blink his eyes, and you notice he doesn't really affect him at first. And then you notice like the little pebble that was like moving around, its eyes close, and it kind of falls unanimated. And at this moment, like the rock's like brow furrows, and he becomes very, very angry.
Are they okay? I'm saying this. I'm relaying this psychically to the big one.
You just hear like a deep, dark grumble as it glares at you, and it glares at the inanimate rock.
Whoa. First off, let's run. And also, I'm gonna stay behind and can I check on the baby rock?
Well, I'm right there. I'm assuming
Mm-hmm. Give
I'm gonna-
me. Okay, yeah. Who do you want to check on it first?
I was going to pick it up.
So
I'm assuming because I'm right there with the two of them. So I was going to pick it up. Yeah.
as you pick it up, you realize it just looks like a normal pebble now.
Well, but I thought the others were normal pebbles too. So I'm sorry. What happened?
It like grumbles at you, like it's like almost like growling at you, and it takes the rock and snatches it out of your hand. And it huffs, and like so you're met with like this big dusty like gust of air.
I believe it is time for us to leave as quickly as possible before anything else goes wrong.
We screwed something up. We did something wrong. This thing isn't alive anymore. What did we do? What did we do?
Is this being relayed to me over the psychic link?
Yeah, once again, unless someone says I'm telepathically to everybody.
I'm still coming back, but I'm like, put the ruby back, put the ruby back, put the ruby back.
Do we have any ruby?
You said
Did I get
Sophia
a
got
ruby?
piece.
You got the first part of the rock off, so now you would have to do a
Oh,
second
okay.
check to see
Oh,
if you
okay.
can get the ruby.
Oh no,
Okay.
let's not do
She
that.
kind of
No.
failed her first check to like open the fissure, so like the entire tunnel has started to become very unstable.
No, I think that I was very overzealous in my first attempt, and I have endangered my friends now. And as much as I want this ruby, I wanted to put it in my bag of holding, but I don't think it is safe to do so. I think we should run now.
As they're climbing back through, can I examine the... I have no medicine, but can I like investigate this little
Yeah.
rock to see what's going on?
Does Callie have any experience with elementals or anything of that nature?
I don't think directly. She's probably heard stories and read about them, but I don't think she was heading
Give
up
me an Arcana
from-
check.
Oh. Or actually, my Arcana's okay. Sorry.
Okay.
Not so bad. Okay. It's a 16.
16. You get the sense that, like, as you're touching it, it's still like humming with a small amount of energy. And it occurs to you that this may have been a spell.
So as you come on over, I'll hold up the little rock and say, I think, Avren, I think the thing that you were thinking about is true. These creatures might have been animated by a spell. Do you know any spells that do this?
Yeah, a long time ago. I don't have them in my brain anymore. I'm damaged. I don't know the spells.
But you know about them.
I don't know. It comes and goes. I can't explain it. Can I make an Arcana check? And I'm totally willing to whiff on this.
Yeah, go for it.
Poof. And whiff I did. 7.
I'm rolling terribly tonight, except for
I
B-Dave.
know.
You feel the hum of like energy on it. You feel like this was something that was affected by energy, and maybe not like a creature that was naturally occurring in nature, if that makes sense.
Can I cast Cure Wounds on it?
I feel like you would get the sense that it wouldn't be very effective since this isn't like a natural creature.
Yeah. None of us are. Okay.
The rock creature grumbles and again tries to grab the tiny pebble out of your hand, Callie.
I'm not gonna try to resist. I'll
Mhm.
let him take it, or they, and say, we are just trying to fix what has gone wrong. Do you know how we can fix this?
It like rubs its head where like the boulder hit it, and then it like with its nail, it like draws a smiley face on the little rock.
I'm gonna pull out one of my real knives. When it drew the smiley face on the rock, did it like just like in the air, like with its finger, or did it actually like?
Yeah, like
create-
scraped it very roughly, like when you take like a rock against another rock. So it's like in faint white.
It's a real knife, and I'm gonna point at where it's drawn.
Mm-hmm.
Would you like me to make that more permanent?
It like hands the rock back to you to like do your work on it.
I'm going to be kind of watching it the whole time, but I will use my knife to carve the exact smiley face that it has drawn.
Mm-hmm. So you like make it darker.
Yeah,
Like it takes it back from you and like nods at you appreciatively. This does take you some time though. So now there's like even more rocks kind of like falling from it. Another small pebble bounces off its head and it kind of like closes one eye and then like points at you and then like points at the exit.
Yes, all of us should leave. And yeah, well, freely, if you are on the other side of this barrier, stay there. We are coming to you.
All right. Okay. If you guys haven't tried, try healing mom / dad / caregiver.
We're heading through right now, and I'm waiting for Sofieus to go through the entrance, and I'm gonna try to make a big enough hole for the elemental to get through.
Okay. So
It should need a hole.
That's true. Well, do I even know that? Yeah, I just go through.
I'd have told you
Okay.
when I.
You would have told me. You're right. I'm overcomplicating it. Sorry.
So the entirety of the tunnel starts to like come down around you. There's like large pieces of boulders falling from the ceiling. As you take the rock and hand it back to the larger one, Callie, can you give me a charisma check?
All right. I rolled a 14, so that's a 13.
That's
Okay.
That's something.
There you go.
So you roll a 13, you hand it. Actually, you would get advantage because of the rock thing.
Sure.
I don't know how much it would help, but
okay.
Oh,
So
So that's a natural 20, but that means it's a 19.
Hey.
But you still someone gets a legendary
Right.
bundle.
20, yep.
that's amazing.
I'm gonna take a picture of that because that's the most ridiculous
That's
natural
fantastic.
20 I've ever
I
gotten.
was like, I don't know if advantage will help. You have a -1 to charisma, but it would help.
yes, yes, it does.
And I didn't just add that because you rolled a 14. It's because it was really creative what you did. So as you hand the rock back to like the large creature, and like there's like large pieces of like the tunnel above you, like starting to cave in around you. It sort of like takes the rock back from you appreciatively, looks at you, and then it sort of rolls up almost roly-poly style and barrels down through the way you came through.
Towards
if that
the
makes
exit.
sense. Yeah, towards the exit. Destroying the struts in the process.
Well, time to run very quickly.
Or at least it's going to attempt to. Yeah, no, it does. So it charges through, the struts splinter and crack and move out of the way. And at the very, like, sort of near the entrance of it, you notice it like forms up, bracing itself against the wall and with its feet on the ground and kind of looks back at you, like its little dark, beady eyes kind of like looking at you beckoningly.
Yeah, that's
Run.
as clear of a signal as we're getting. I'm gone. I'm through whatever hole it's made for us.
We should run.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll need this will be easier because he's made the way for you very quickly. I think when you came in here, it took you like 10 minutes to come in. I'll just need an athletics check from all of you.
Okay.
That's all.
11.
Oh, 15.
3.
Oh,
God, Callie,
I'm
no.
super dexterous, but I am not strong at all.
freely?
You are muted again.
Okay, no, I just didn't know. It's me too. That is athletics. I'm not terrible at athletics. 16.
Okay. So you all make it out of this tunnel pretty quickly. Callie and Sofieus have a harder time of it. The tunnel starts to come down around you. And who would be in the back? It would be Sofieus, right?
I think it's
I
me.
think it was Avren. Avren said he waited for her.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, I was definitely behind, and there's no
Okay.
there's no me running through an entrance if I can help it.
Okay. Yeah.
Before
So-
her.
As you're making your way through, the way is actually faster because this being has cleared a lot of the
Right.
supporting beams. However, also as you're running, two things happen. So you manage to get through it quickly with like the remains of the split beams around you. The tunnel starts to collapse rapidly as you're running. Freely makes it out first. He was also closer to the entrance. And you feel the dust kind of like blow past you. The being like has a hard time holding like pieces of the rock up as you like come through, followed rapidly by Sofieus, who is pushed forward by Avren, and then crunch. A large part of the rubble falls on half of Callie, since you rolled the lowest, on the lower half of your body, and also trapping your leg, Avren, as you like push Sofieus forward. So your success kind of cancels out her failure in the sense that you adopted her failure since you were in the back.
Okay.
Am I on the inside or the outside of the tunnel?
Your head half is on the outside with
Okay.
like the debris around you.
That's good.
And then your legs are on the inside. And the rock creature grabs both your hands and just starts to pull, and it doesn't feel nice. You groan.
Callie does, she makes this horrible like screeching noise, like metal on metal, and then stifles any noises that she's making. She says, could you please stop, please?
It seems to understand, and it like lets go.
Avren, are you okay?
Totally fine.
Hey, Avren. Oh God, Callie. Are you still alive, Callie? Speak to me.
Yes, I am. This is uncomfortable in the least, but I will be fine.
Well, I don't know if this will help, but I have this elixir. It is a healing elixir.
You might want to wait on that until we are free from the rock.
Yeah, and you
How are
feel
we going
the
to
weight
get you
start
out
to
of
like
this?
crunch against like your metal chassis. You start to feel it groan, and you as well, Avren. But for you, it's only like your foot and from the knee down that's stuck, but you're starting to lose feeling in your leg.
Okay, what happens if I so we're at the very entrance of the cave collapse?
Yeah, the tunnel you went into.
So get ready for my BS. What if I cast Thunderclap? Will that give us a second?
You could try to do that.
All right, I'm going to
Do you
cast.
warn me at all?
I just like the record to show I was such a jerk when I was going to do
I'm
that.
just going to slowly turn towards Kelly. It's going to get real loud.
No. What? No. And you watch as one of her psychic knives appear in her hand. She says, do not.
Thunderclap.
You do it
Cast
anyway.
Do not do that.
It's someone get ready to pull her.
Okay. Do you say this to the rock creature?
I just say it out loud in the psychic connection and out loud verbally. So someone needs to pull her right now.
Well, the big dude was pulling her.
Okay, so
I asked him to stop because I would like to have a lower half.
I am trying to create enough of a bubble where people can wiggle through.
Okay.
And if I can't, that's fine.
All right. So when you cast Thunderclap, everyone in range will have to make the Constitution saving throw or take 1d6 thunder damage, but that might be better than being crushed alive.
Cool.
Okay. So we're making what, a Constitution saving throw?
Constitution, you need a save for 12.
Okay.
He's not an optimized character. Welcome
I
to
got-
my
I got an 11.
God.
She might be very distracted right now and unable to make a Constitution saving throw. So how much damage am I taking?
This did not go how I expected.
Nope.
It's well, that's life.
But it's we've been at this a while. You
I
gotta
mean,
know.
that's mood.
Mm-hmm.
1d6. I guess I'm rolling 1d6 to hurt my friends. That's a new.
Callie is having flashbacks. This is not the first time that she's been caught in a cave-in
I
underground.
got 6. I
Rock
got
Boy is
6.
unaffected.
I got 6.
Okay.
Okay. Is it half damage if they make the save?
It's no damage. It's
Oh, okay.
cantrip. Yeah.
So Big Boy is
No.
unaffected.
No.
Okay, cool.
For a
No,
moment,
he's
Callie looks like she's going to throw the knife at you, and then she slams it into the ground
not the
in
first time.
pain
Mhm.
and looks super angry. But I'm assuming maybe rocks. Does this work?
Yeah. So for a moment, the rocks kind of ripple and it does loosen everything. As this happens, do you make a signal to this creature to help you? Do you like put your arms out or do anything? Since earlier you told it to stop pulling.
Yeah. I mean, once it's obvious that Avren is going to do this, I'm going to try to take advantage of it. I'm still
Okay.
super pissed.
You could
but
try
yeah.
to get out on your own as well, but
No,
okay.
not with my legs crushed and,
All right.
and -1 of my strength. No, I'm.
So as
I would, yeah.
Avren thunderclaps, everything kind of sifts. It's almost like, the sediment that's fallen down turns to liquid for just a moment with the vibrations. It becomes navigable. Oh shit. Sorry. So I got a 23 on my strength roll. So
You
the
used a bad language
creature-
word.
sorry.
I have suggestions for other words you could use if you would like.
That's
We'll
The
talk
creature-
about that later.
I find your words to be more offensive than anything she's ever said.
The creature grabs your arms.
I'll
With the
take that as a
23,
compliment.
this is easy. It pulls you out.
Mm,
It doesn't feel nice.
no, but it's better than being under
On
a
top of
mountain.
the 6 thunder damage, you take an additional, that's not bad. You take an additional 8. As it pulls you out, your legs look rough. They're dented in places. The weight has kind of deformed the plates in a couple of spots. But it drags you out and then puts you on your feet and then attempts to dust you off. And it's like big rock hand, kind of scrapes up your wood plate a little bit, but it means well. Avren,
That's fine. I
will
will.
have you roll a athletics check as well to see if you can manage to wiggle your leg free.
I have a very particular set of skills when it comes to what happens if this doesn't happen.
You better roll well because I rolled
Yeah.
well.
Oh yeah, let me
Oh God.
let me do this properly. Hooray!
Does he have advantage or anything because either he knew it was about to happen or Sofieus being there? Like anything?
I got a 15.
Okay, so you actually managed to wiggle your leg free and only take 6 damage.
Okay.
As this creature is
it hurts.
dusting. Yeah.
And it hurts to, you notice when you stand up, it hurts to put your weight on it.
Yeah.
There's a searing pain when you try to put your weight on it.
Mm-hmm.
The creature looks very pleased with itself, by the way.
Psychically, I will say thank you very much. I appreciate your help. And I'm gripping its side as it's dusting me off. And I'm
Mhm.
looking down at my mangled legs oh, this is going to take a very long time to repair.
I try to cast Cure Wounds on her
Okay.
in a very I try to use my smith tools almost immediately to it has to be a mixture of hammering her armor and healing at the same time.
Yeah.
There's a good way to find some kind of middle ground.
Yeah.
It's hard for me to imagine currently. But something a little bit more spiritual, and I will cast Cure Wounds on her at level 1 because that's all I got.
Okay.
I don't have a lot.
Mm.
I'm good at
Yeah, I'll
taking
take
hits. I'm not good at the.
And how much do you heal her for?
4.
4. And then can you also give me a sleight of hand?
Uh-oh. Well, that's a 17.
Okay. So not only do you heal for 4, but with the 17, a lot of the punched in armor, like Avren manages to take some of the dents out. It's the best he can do, like in this situation and on such short notice. But so in addition to healing 4 of your health, you also heal some of the cosmetic effects of what has happened, but not all of them. You're still pretty dinged up and scraped, but your leg plates don't look as deformed. You don't look like you've been in a car accident.
Okay,
My
good.
God, I love this.
Thank you.
So
I'm sorry for thinking about throwing a knife at you earlier, but you can understand why.
Well, to be completely fair, that's like a Sunday for me. So
The being buried in rocks or the being thrown.
either way,
Okay.
really.
Anyway,
Yeah.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
You're welcome.
How much damage did Callie take?
A lot, but I'm a little better now. I'm at 21 or 31, so she's probably standing normally.
Okay. Sofieus is going to hand her an elixir and say, "Here you go. This should make you feel 100%." And Avren, I'm so sorry about your foot. This should cure that.
Would it not be better if Avren takes the elixir?
I have two.
I'm fine. I'm okay. And it's mangled. It's effed up.
Avren?
I'm like at 10 hit points.
You don't have to be a big tough man. You can walk on your foot again. All you have to do is drink this elixir.
No,
That will
I'm
heal you for
truly
6
fine.
points. And Callie, this elixir will heal you for 7 points.
But I cannot ingest it.
How do elixirs work with?
I don't know. Do I just like, because we've established that I don't eat anything, so do I just like pour it over something and it'll work?
Do
They technically work with Warforged.
Sofieus, do the airplane thing. Do the airplane thing.
Smash it against the
Sofieus, do the spell jammer thing. Like
I'm gonna do the airplane thing, but like on her injuries, like pour it on her leg.
I do wonder would Callie just
side.
uncork and be like, "Thank you very much," glug 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 glug, just pour it on her leg.
There you go.
Like I don't know if that'll work. I'll totally just like cover myself in elixir. It'll be great. What does that heal?
7.
Okay.
And Avren was 6.
that was adorable. Freely. Sorry.
You're still muted.
Yes, the reflex. When they come out, I when I see Avren come out and I still see him kind of like limping, I just sort of like slap him on the back, but I hit him with cure wounds, but like I didn't do it, so he still gets to look like a badass, you know?
Okay.
I'm just
Very
like,
nice.
yeah, and I give him 10 hit points back.
Very nice.
And I'm still a dick about it. I roll my eyes. I'm like, thank you, Freely.
I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah. And then they walk out and then come on out of the mine. Yep.
It's not that I'm being healed by Freely. It's that I'm just an old, tired man.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
I mean, it's not that you're being healed by Freely.
I mean, there's layers.
Where's the creature now?
It's kind of standing there, still like trying to dust off Callie.
So as I've been healed and now I could kind of stand comfortably again, I'm gonna reach into my bag and I'm gonna pull out one of my ball bearings and my real knife, and I want to carve into it a little smiley face and hand it to the creature and say, "Thank you for your help."
Mm-hmm. It takes it and it looks at it and it doesn't seem very interested and it hands it back to you.
All right. It was worth a try.
Does it appear to be injured to me?
It seems to be standing upright and it seems all right for the most part.
Okay, I'm gonna heal it for 10 anyway.
It rubs the top of its head and like pats you on the back appreciatively with like one big rock hand.
But like nothing seems to happen with the baby rock or anything when I do this.
Not that you can see.
Okay, all right.
Does anybody have any rope? Do you think that after we free this rock creature, we should keep it within our control?
I don't think we should, and also I don't think we could.
Yeah, I think that would be wrong. No, it's not a pack animal. It's not a
Okay,
beast of
I
burden.
mean, I trust it. It seems nice enough. I was just wondering if anybody was also curious if maybe it would wreak havoc on the towns. But it is probably fine. The rope probably wouldn't help anyways.
I feel like if it was the kind of creature that would do what you said, it wouldn't have helped us to escape in the first place or tried to pull me free. So
That's true. It is just presenting some personality characteristics I did not expect from something that would be nice, but it's probably fine.
do we expect many personality characteristics from a rock?
It is a lack of personality.
Well, it is a rock.
It is a rock.
Can I figure out like why did this little rock baby, not like become sentient anymore?
You could probably ask around, but as far as like examining the rock itself, you weren't able to really glean anything from it. Yeah.
Okay.
Psychically, I'm going to ask the big one, where will you go now?
When you ask this, he kind of rolls back up into his little ball self and then just almost like a ball bearing going through water, just slides right back into that tunnel that is like jammed shut and disappears from view.
Well, goodbye.
As you say goodbye, it like pops its head out and like blinks twice at you and then like comes back and like disappears from view again.
No.
This is not over. This town is not going to be willingly. They're not going to stop mining.
It might not be opposed to that. We don't really know its intentions, to be honest.
Someone might have summoned it just to cause the mine to collapse, which is my assumption right now.
What was the name of Sal's sister we were supposed to go see? Was it Sal and Sally?
Sal and Sally.
Yeah, Millie
Yeah.
called her Sally. Mhm.
Yeah.
And the council member who we suspect may have been up to this.
Well, we're supposed to go talk to that Sally person. What do you guys think? You wanted to check in with the council before we came straight here because that seemed like it was the ticking clock. It's up to you. The council, or do we talk to Sally?
What time of day is it?
It was already getting to dusk when you were coming back to town. At this point, it would be night. You've been in the mine for a while.
I need a long rest.
Would the council even be around at this time?
Most likely not. They keep
Right.
like normal 9 to 5 business hours. The people from the council would be around. Like you could make a house call or something like that. But if you were to go to the council chamber itself, there probably wouldn't be anyone there.
Well, the inn we're staying at anyway is the inn where Sally lives, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Her brother
we
Sal owns the inn.
Yeah, we got to go where she. Well, so there is one member of the council and also Sally at the place where we're going to be sleeping.
Yeah, that's something.
Yeah, because he's offered you rooms free of charge. I believe Avren and Sofieus do have their own home since they've been living here for a while.
I didn't even consider that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
We probably would have
but-
our own house.
Yeah, but Callie and Freely would need a place to stay.
We bartered for a place to stay and for Freely to get board, room and board. So
we have rooms.
Well, this was
What-
part of the payment, and while
Yeah.
I appreciate the offer, I feel like
No,
trying
that's
to
good though. No,
negotiate-
I mean I was saying out of niceness. Honestly, no one really likes guests.
no, that is very true. Also, I do not want to have to renegotiate with Sal to get more money since he's not offering us rooms, as he seems like the kind of gentleman that would be very difficult. So thank you.
Yeah, I guess it is time for us to get paid anyway, isn't it? So, do I see any of the miners here? Like, is Barnabas Silverbeard here?
He was outside when you went in. When you come out, he would no longer be there.
Okay.
You've been in the mine for about, I want to say, 45 minutes to an hour.
That's it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it just
Around
seemed
6 seconds,
seemed like a long time because it was like stressful, but
Jasmine,
yeah, it
that was a
didn't
deep
take-
sigh.
Yeah, I know.
When the mountain is falling down on top of you, it seems like you're in there forever.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Claustrophobia.
Mhm.
Are there any town's guards or anything up here?
Oh no.
There would be like a few people to keep people away from the mine. And just
yeah.
as a precautionary measure.
We just need to make sure nobody goes near the mine, so like there's not more cave in, like the elemental doesn't get spooked. Like I mean, like nobody can go in there.
Yeah.
Well, Millie did say that they had condemned it for the moment, and when we got out just as it completely collapsed, right? Like, or am I
Yes.
picturing this wrong?
The shaft that you're in completely collapsed, but there is like a, the mine spreads out almost like a hand
Okay.
from like that main central chamber that you were in where the ore is like pounded down and condensed. That particular shaft that you were in collapsing is like kind of scary because the whole mine kind of shuddered. You're not sure what other shafts may have collapsed in response to that. Basically, the entire structural integrity of this mine is now in question.
Yeah, Millie had said that it had been condemned. No one was going in. We were only allowed in because we were doing the investigation, so I think it should be okay. At least overnight.
Well, but I mean, people aren't supposed to go in, but whoever did this, like Avren said, may try to return to the scene of the crime, So, like, no one should go in.
Freeling, I think the point of the crime was to crush everyone. And that was it. That's enough.
I guess we'll
to
find out.
blame Millie's relative for all of this.
No, I think that there's a little bit more to this, Avren, because there was a rock monster in there, and there are ruby vines.
I think the rock monster is the source of the cave-in.
I mean, again, it can like swim. It doesn't. I'm leaving to go towards Sal's place. By the way, like just saying all that.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. Like somebody gave it babies, and that's what made it defensive. Like it was nesting.
Someone is being very, very insidious.
What was the?
I mean, you're an evil mastermind, Avren. Like, why would you do something like this?
I'm retired. I don't do
said,
it
no, but
anymore.
You speak villain. I don't. I mean, like, why would you do this?
I mean, there's no reason for a rock creature to desire ruby gems, but
no, there's not.
Also,
It
it
is-
did not seem to be incredibly protective over the small one. If we were to assume that it is young, it seemed perfectly happy with us interacting with it.
Yeah, we didn't
So-
see any signs of incantations.
It could be a byproduct of whatever happened, but unless we examine more or find out more, I am afraid we are at an impasse.
Yeah, I mean, that clearly would be its natural habitat. So I guess it's not so crazy to have found it in there.
This town is. Can I assume this, Jasmine, relatively sleepy?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So this is a lot
Mostly
of
made up of like fishers and farmers, and people wake up super early, and silver is their main trade. And just from your basic experience, the one other town you visited, Galapater, is like a city compared to this town.
Right. So someone coming out of the ocean, some creepy snake monster, and also an elemental popping out of a mine. That's a lot of stuff for a day.
Don't forget, we have to go meet Hank to fish at midnight. Was that midnight tonight or midnight tomorrow? It's midnight
Hank the
tomorrow.
fish.
I was assuming like 26 hours from now, not several hours.
Man, I
because
hope so. I'm like Avren. I'm beat. Ugh.
The creature Hank, is that what we're referring to it
Yes,
as?
we.
Yeah.
yes,
Named
he's
Hank.
officially named Hank.
He
Hank the
did not.
fish.
I've heard
He's
of
a
stranger.
merit. That is a major. That's oversimplification of like the grandiosity of that creature, Avren.
Maybe in their language, Hank is a grand name.
He's not the first friend I had with that name. I mean,
But yeah.
You don't have any friends.
He seemed to need time to heal himself.
that's
so-
hurtful.
Part of my
Immaculate.
paladin. Part of my I'm like,
Oh,
Yeah.
look, we're here at the Nightcap. Hey.
Yeah. The Nightcap smells amazing. And it's one of the few places in town that is open because, as the name would suggest, people come here after work. It has saloon type doors in the front, and you're met with the warm smell of gravy and roasted potatoes and rosemary comes to you on the wind.
Is there somebody playing an upright piano in the corner? Ding, ding, ding,
Yeah.
ding, ding, ding.
Full on crow, the double doors, by the way.
Exactly.
Okay, yeah. The double doors swing open. There actually isn't any music. There's like a lot of hustle and bustle from like people talking. There's a little bit of singing at a table nearby. People are playing cards. They're playing a variation of shuffleboard. And there's even a
Oh.
dartboard.
Oh no! Wait, is this a cool place or is this like a retirement place?
Is this a retirement
Yes.
town?
It's both.
A little bit of both, yeah. You see, like
Well-
mostly the crowd trends older. It's the type of place where people come and get like a respectable amount of drinks as opposed to the amount that gets you very drunk. You know, like people have 2 or 3 beers and go home.
Okay,
Huh.
So
can I
they
make a
serve,
roll
like,
that I
Sanka here
equally want
instead
to
of-
fail at and also
Right.
succeed at?
Huh?
I want to make a roll that I want to fail or succeed at equally.
Okay.
I want them to say my name when I walk in the bar, and I don't. So
Okay.
yeah,
Like a cheers
'cause
type of moment.
bunch of elderly shuffleboarders is not like my crowd.
Yeah. Yeah. Give me a charisma roll.
This is gonna be the worst.
The elderly
either way.
shuffleboarders know, but like the
I
high
kinda
end
want low. I want low. I want low. I want low. 7. Yeah, I'm good with it.
People look up at you and they like notice you and they kind of go back to what they're doing and they're like, don't let him on the shuffleboard team again. He's not that good. You hear this murmur as you walk by. The
They-
half orc claps you on the shoulder and he's like, hey, next time. You'll get it next time.
Yeah, you won't, you son of a bitch. You're not gonna get revivified.
He just like kind
I
of
just
chuckles
say that
and
under
walks
my,
away.
under my
Mhm.
breath.
Like drinking a cup of ale.
Mhm.
Also, Callie just now realizes something, and so in the psychic link, she tells Millie.
Mhm.
It's not lore that Avren's bad at shuffleboard.
Yeah, I don't know what it is about Avren's awful shuffleboard that reminds Callie to tell Millie in the psychic call.
Hmm.
I just want to let you know that we are all okay and we have escaped unharmed mostly, and the rock monster actually helped with that and to continue to condemn the mine.
And you hear Millie respond with, "You startled me. I forgot you were there. I totally wasn't on my way home. I
That's
totally
fine.
kept my post by the mine.
No, that's fine. We wanted you to get to
because
safety.
I completely forgot.
No,
I forgot all about it.
that's why I asked you to just not be more than a
My
mile away from the
turnips were
mine.
calling me.
I mean, I cannot compete with really good turnips. Absolutely. I hope you get a good price for them. But yes, we wanted to let you know what was going on. And hopefully we will talk to you in the morning. We're all at the Nightcap. Thank you very much.
It's appreciated." And she goes about her business. And you glean from the conversation that Millie was off doing something completely unrelated and forgot about your directions to stay near the beginning of the mine.
It's all right. Kelly totally forgot about her until we'd already left. So fair enough.
Yes, Freely.
I hit Avren with message, even though we're just like right there in front of each other. I'm
Mhm.
like, Avren, when I got here, you seemed surprised. You didn't bring me here on purpose, right?
No, I did. Yeah, totally.
No, think about this. I get pulled across space and time at random. Some snake monster gets pulled in at random. Elementals get pulled in at random. Maybe it was not random bringing me here.
Avren, do you have something to do with Freely coming
No,
into
this
this
is
plane
just
of
in his, no,
existence?
I messaged this to him.
Oh, directly to
is-
him.
Yeah, this
Yeah.
is just my mind to his mind. Well, technically it's whispered in his ear, but yes.
I mean, you had a debt to pay.
So you did bring me here on purpose.
It's kind of hard to express freely. I know this is a bit above your pay grade, but some things are reflex. And,
And-
when bad things happen, just like if you touch a hot frying pan and you like stop touching it and jump away, if bad things are happening nearby, if you are, a god, as I once was, you may summon people accidentally.
Well,
Not everything is intentional.
2 things. I watched you give your power to Daisy, so your pay grade is below mine now. And second, glad to help. Glad I could be here in your time of need, because it's been an interesting 2 days, huh? Woo!
Really? I do mean this, and don't take it too much to heart. I do appreciate that you were here. And you've done good. With or
When-
without my help.
When he says that, I stand up out loud and I look right at him, and I'm just like, Hey, we need to buy some beers for the council people here. Avren and Sofieus, man, you should have seen them in the mind. It was incredible what they did. Ales for the council, ales for the council. And I
The
stuck it on
bartender is a halfling with very, very curly blonde hair. And he comes around. He's like, what'll it be? I've got dark ale, I've got light ale, and I've got somewhere in the middle ale.
I would like one of each, please.
Yeah, I'll have the whiskey.
Do you have anything with butter in it? Maybe some butter beer?
We really just have ale. It's like
Well-
kind of the only thing we distill around here.
Well, okay, then just give me some of your best ale and I will melt some butter into it. Also,
All right.
what is that magnificent aroma I smell in here? Is it rosemary?
Yes, yeah. We got rosemary.
I
Grow
say
it
to him-
fresh in a garden
I
patch
say-
out back.
I
I
lean
say
very
to
close to
him-
Freely and grab him tightly by the shoulder. Do not talk me up here. Talk everyone else up. That is very important. You do not talk me up. Do you understand?
Yeah,
People
I get.
believe things and things happen.
I mean, all right. I won't.
I'm trying to retire.
I was about to tell everybody about the night of smiles and stink, but okay, fine.
No,
Fine.
that's fine. Make fun of me. I just can't have people believing in me. Do you understand?
I turn around and I look at him and I'm like, that's where you always went wrong, man. You wanted people to believe the wrong parts. But fine. It's fine. I won't tell your story tonight. And I turn back around to the guy and I say to him in halfling, I'm like, first of all, clean food. Give us the good stuff, man. Give us the good stuff.
He winks at you.
Yeah. Second of all, I'm having what you're having.
He gives you like another wink. And he brings you a halfling weed infused brew. And at this point, you
Oh,
notice
all right.
behind him, he has like 6 barrels that are all tapped. And this place doesn't just have one ale, it has a plethora of ales. He brings Callie the D&D equivalent of a flight. There's
Yes!
like 4
I was hoping you were going to say a sampler pack. Yes.
half pints that he's like filled up nice and frothy on the top. And he pours all of your ales. And you notice that he pulls a very special one from the bottom, not from one of the barrels, for Freely.
When he
From the
slides
bottom,
me
not the
that
top. No, at the
exactly.
top.
when he slides me that flagon, I sort of look at it and I look at you guys and I'm like, well, see you tomorrow. Start drinking what he gave me.
I'm
Do
more
I-
concerned about watching the mechanical being with the soul knives getting drunk.
Oh no, I will not be getting drunk. I'll be examining these in great detail, and I am super excited. But first, do I see Sal anywhere?
Well, yeah.
You can ask for him.
Well, and that's if I don't see him, I'll ask
Yeah.
when the bartender comes over. Excuse me, we are guests here of Sal. We had done a job for him, and I was hoping to speak to him about some rooms that might be on reserve for us.
Ah, yeah. The big boss man's upstairs. He did have us put your rooms on hold. They're over on the left there.
Excellent. Is there anything we are supposed to tell you in order to get keys?
No, we didn't really lock them. We don't get a lot of visitors to town.
Okay, fair enough. And
Yeah.
we should just go.
They
speak
lock
to-
from the inside, though. They're nice, clean. Cleaned them myself this morning. Did the full turn down service. Even put a sprig of mint on your pillow.
What's a turn down service?
Turn down for what? It's a halfling
That's what I-
ancestral.
It's an ancient halfling saying,
Yes,
turned down
right.
for what?
Yeah, for
That is
what?
what I'm asking. Turn
Yeah.
down for what?
For visitors.
What do you turn? Are you turning
Callie,
me down?
It's like the gnome is saying, we start from the bottom, the Underdark, and now we're here.
Exactly. It's the exact
Yeah,
same thing.
same
Yeah.
thing.
No, 5 to 9, another round of shots. Here we are. Yep. It's how we do things.
Callie
among
files all this
halfling people.
information away.
This is how we do it.
This is how we do it. Yeah.
Oh my god.
This is how we do it.
This is how we do it.
Do we want to?
That's a common phrase.
Do we want to go speak to Sal before it gets too late? I would not want to knock on his door when it is past midnight and Freely is already several cups into this weed-infused beer of his.
Or is his sister
You called it that,
Sally?
not me.
Oh,
No,
no,
you
no, no,
super
no.
said it. No, you
Freely
did.
and Avren are like effed
Yeah.
up. Like,
Yeah,
they're
yeah.
already
Mhm.
deep in
Already?
it right now.
Oh, damn.
I'm looking at Avren and I'm like, no, but I still don't understand the pickles, man. Why were the pickles there? You know?
I'm
Sophia's-
already bear hugging Freely. And like, okay, is anyone playing darts right now?
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm like, okay, I bet you like 10 gold. My guy Freely here is gonna like hit it with magic. Like magic. He's gonna hit the target in the center. 10 gold. Whole bar. Everybody. What's gonna happen?
I'll do it blindfolded. I don't care. I'll do it blindfolded.
Most people sit
No,
there
we'll
and they're
close his
like,
eyes. I'll poke his eyes
"Wow,
out. I'll
10
poke his
gold
eyes
is a
out
lot
and
of
he'll still
money."
hit it.
No, that's a bit much. No, I just do it like this.
No, I'll poke his eyes out.
Sophia's, would you
Yeah.
come with me and we can go talk to Sal?
Well, actually, Callie, I was wondering, and Sophia's is kind of feeling that buttery beer she made for herself. Everybody here seems like they're very well to do, and they're a little too sober. So, Callie, how about we make things a little bit more interesting? You see that kitchen door over there?
Yes.
And she pops her invisibility gum. Can you watch it for me?
Are you afraid that there is going to be somebody coming out of there that we need to kill?
I'm afraid that once I go in there with my 4 gallons of beer, I'm afraid that somebody might come in. She pulls out like 4 gallons of beer and goes
In a
running. But she's invisible, so the only thing you see is like a jug that's 4 gallons of beer, like floating into the kitchen, I guess.
Wait, are
Okay.
you like spiking? Are you spiking like someone like a bunch of drinks or something? Or
No, I smelled this wonderful food that was being made in the kitchen, and I just want to spike it. So I'm gonna run into
Spike
the
the
kitchen.
food.
I'm gonna
Spiking
spike
the food.
I'm gonna spike the food, and I'm gonna pour 4 gallons of beer into the what I'm assuming is a giant, maybe sort of a crock pot.
Oh my God.
Yeah, there is a big crock pot of gravy. There's only one person in the kitchen. It's a dwarvish woman, and she's kind of like going back and forth between chopping and peeling potatoes and like several different dishes that are on this like very large stove.
Sophia's has asked for help, and thus I'm going to help, and I will follow her into the kitchen.
Callie, watch the door. Watch the door. Stand outside the door.
Oh
Yep.
my God, it's a
But
prom.
I watch the door open, and I'm assuming like invisible Sophia's goes in, and then there's somebody in the. Okay. I'll stand at the door, and as the door opens for Sophia's, I will call out to the chef and say, "Excuse me, I had a couple of questions about your food."
Can you ask the bartender?
Unfortunately, the bartender is incredibly busy. There seems to be a lot of people out here who are very drunk and throwing lots of darts.
She like sighs and puts down her ladle. All right. And she like comes over and you hear her muttering under her breath, freaking out of towners. I hate these people. Yeah. How can I help you?
I really appreciate your time. As is very obvious, I am not from around here, and it's very important that I'm careful about the things that I put in the storage slot in my chest compartment. And so I was wondering if you could tell me the details about the special that you have about what food is actually involved. If there's anything with peanuts in it, because I have been told that there's sometimes a peanut allergy with some of the wood parts that are on my interior.
No, there's no peanuts in anything, ma'am. We don't put peanuts in our mashed potatoes, in our roast,
That's
or in
good.
our meat pies.
And are there any dishes that include peanuts? Because unless the surface that you are using, you've thoroughly cleaned in between those two sections, then there can be some contamination between the two. And I'm just continuing to try to distract the chef while Sophia's is doing whatever she's doing.
Yeah. Sophia spikes the gravy and comes back, and the lady's like, no, we clean and wash everything, and there's no surface on which we prepare peanuts or any peanut adjacent nut.
That is very good to know. And as soon as I feel drunk, invisible Sophia's nearby, I will reopen the door and say, I really appreciate all of your time. I know that you were incredibly busy, and so I will be leaving you now. Thank you. And as I back away, it'll just take me an extra moment or two to hold the door open.
I rolled an 18 on my perception check.
No.
So she just kind of like rolls her eyes and she's like, yeah, are you done ruining my gravy? Can I go back and fix my job now? Or
Who has ruined your magnificent rosemary gravy?
You're
crappy
invisible.
ale? Are we done?
Oh,
here?
yeah.
You people do
Sophie-
not pay me enough for this. You don't tip well. You come into town. You make crazy demands. I'm done. And she like
Wait.
turns around and like
Did
huff
she not
back
react to the
kitchen.
fact that an invisible person just said, "I'm not trying to ruin your
No,
gravy"?
she is too tired. She doesn't care.
Or this is like the fourth time Sofieus has done this.
Mhm.
Callie looks a little horrified, but but this is like every night.
I'm casting magic missile through freely, like Prince of Thieves style, like splitting
Yeah.
the dart in half.
At this point, you hear like that familiar scratchy voice kind of call down from the top of the stairs. Are you guys done ruining my bar yet?
No, there's still many things that we could do.
No. I mean, well, I feel like it was already in that state. Who's talking?
It's Sal.
And you notice Sal, like, you know, his hair's still pulled into a top bun and he's
Oh, top bun. Still happening, huh?
Mhm.
Yeah.
That was his
okay.
hairstyle when you first met him too.
I give my very loud stage whisper mentally to Callie.
Very 100 years ago.
Callie, make sure he pays this. Make sure he pays this, Callie.
I will freely. That's okay. Make sure you drink something after you drink that beer.
I'm drinking something now. It's like how my mom used to brew. I haven't had this in forever. It's the first good thing here.
Freely, will you do me a favor?
Yes.
if
It's a hero
you-
time. Yes.
Well, you can be hero to me because I cannot imbibe these myself, but I've done all of the examination that I can. I'm pointing to the 3 drinks that are in front of me. If you will
God,
describe
no.
in great detail what each of these taste like, I will let you drink them.
I belly up to the bar and I'm like, yep, time to go to work. Okay, which one here? I'm detecting hints of nutmeg in sea salt and just I do just like
And
make
Callie's
things
in
up
rapt
completely.
attention.
I try. I really do try.
Can I cast Sanctuary on his belly? Very concerned for Freely.
I'm like, no, talk to Sal. I got this. It's fine. I'll make voluminous notes.
Okay, yes, that would be excellent. And if he's going to make notes, then I will go talk to Sal.
Okay. Sal is like still standing at the top of the stairs that like wrap around the back half. So like you have the bar on one wall and then there's like the stairs kind of come down at an angle. So this wall's got like one of those really cool, like, you know, triangle shaped things going on. And it wraps around down the front. And so, yeah, he's like standing somewhere up there near the landing, kind of leaning down, looking at y'all.
So I have some good news. We were able to complete the mission that you sent us on. We found out what happened to the silver cart and we're able to deliver what was still left, which was mostly the silver. The vegetables were ruined, to the town of Henge. And we did find out, unfortunately, that there's nefarious deeds going on with trying to stop
Why don't you
those-
come on up? It's hard to hear you over the din.
And there's a moment where Callie considers adding him to the call
Mm.
and then will refrain. But she will use the call to call back to the 3 of them and say, Sal wants to speak to us in private. I'm assuming because he does not want others to know exactly what is going on. Are you too drunk to be able to answer his questions? Would you like me to go alone?
Are you saying that to all of us?
Yeah, in the call, in the psychic link.
Actually, I was planning on disguising myself as the chef.
I think that can wait. We can talk
But
to
I
Sal.
really wanted to give everybody this beer soup.
I know. We can get that. We just talk to Sal for a second. It'll
Or
be okay.
I can just talk to Sal if you need. That is just
No,
fine.
we'll talk to
I'm more
Sal.
terrified of that than anything.
Of me talking to Sal?
Um,
Should I be prepared to kill him?
please don't be. I mean, yes, always, but don't. You know, think
When
about it
she
too much.
says that, like I pop my sword out, knocking one of the glasses off the bar. I'm like, wait, are we fighting? Let's go.
Nope,
I'm
no,
ready.
we're not. We're not. No halfling of action. Halfling of
Oh.
inaction.
Oh,
Freely,
okay, ready.
if
The
you
time of night.
if you continue to ruin that beer, I will make you pay for the next ones.
It is not possible to ruin beer. Beer is self-validating, Callie. And yes, okay, I'm ready. Please talk to Sal. Business first.
Me and my 3 drunk companions will follow Sal wherever he wants to go.
I'm studying
Fine.
my toddler friend that is known as Freely.
Okay.
I'm enjoying
He
every
doesn't
minute
really
of them.
lead you anywhere. He just wants you to come closer because he can't hear you over the din of the bar that clearly.
Okay.
So he like motions and there's like a little, almost like a sitting room at the top of the stairs, the landing. There's like, you know, 2 velvet covered chairs and like a little table with like one single flower on it and a vase. Looks kind of pathetic. And there's like a couple rooms that shoot off from here. And he like opens the door to his office and he's like, we can come inside. We can talk out here. I don't care.
This is fine. And
All
I will
right.
relay to him the basics of what happened.
He like hears you out, hands you his like pouch of coins. And he's like, it's all there. Thank you for looking into the matter. Means a lot.
I was happy to help, and certainly getting paid has helped as well. It seems like there's still several issues that need to be resolved as far as this strange figure that was attempting to bribe your guards into doing the wrong thing. Also, many of the creatures that we encountered seem to not be
Yeah, I'll
native
probably
of-
have to bring that up to the council. It's
It was
not
suggest-
really something I can act on alone. Probably gonna have to talk to people about that, see how we want to handle it as a city.
I think you have a simple majority right here. There's 3 of you.
Maybe.
Also, it suggested that we talk to
That
your sister,
depends.
Sally?
Oh, yeah. Salome? Yeah.
Salome, yes. We don't have to do that now, considering it's late and my companions are drunk, but we would like the chance to talk to her.
Salome's a no-nonsense type. I'm not sure she would put up with this behavior the way I do. She doesn't even approve of us owning a bar, really.
And
She's a
yet
good girl, though. She knows her stuff. A little weird, but good girl.
I would like to think we all qualify as a little weird, but good. But
Right. What do you mean by a little weird?
She's what some would call a conspiracy theorist.
are her conspiracies, have they proven to be true?
Well, I mean, I believe her.
What is she
She's my sister.
conspiring is happening now?
Maybe that's why you should talk to her. I don't know.
Would you suggest we talk
She's
to her?
always going on about something or the other. She's a smart cookie, though.
Where is she right now?
She's in her office. Her lab.
You know, I've heard about enough conspiracy theories in the last few days. Would it be possible for us to talk to her tomorrow if she does not put up with drunkards? We are very drunk. Maybe we should talk to her tomorrow.
I'm already stumbling towards
and then
her lap.
I mean, I'm sure if you came by.
It would give me a chance to utilize this uniform that I am wearing. I look like a chef right now, and I still plan on serving my beer soup to those very bored elderly people.
I have no idea what you're talking about, but if
That
you
is
want to
okay.
talk to Salome tomorrow, I'm sure she'd oblige you.
I think we should. Everybody, my
She's
friends.
a fairly personable sort. Once you get her talking, she loves. She'll go for hours.
Of course, personable. Once we are sober, she'll be personable. Everybody, what do you say? Should we talk to her now?
No, I think, Sofieus, you have an excellent idea, and we should talk to her in the morning when you and the rest of our companions are not super intoxicated.
No.
Sal.
I think we should talk to her right now.
Yeah.
Sal,
Good
I
time.
don't think it
And-
is a good idea.
We are
Yeah.
all halflings
How
of
can I help
action.
you?
I put my hand on Avren's back. I'm like, Sal, I know you may not realize this, but Avren and I have been a lot of places and done a lot of adventuring. And so I have one question for you, because you're a legend, Sal. People talk about you all the time.
Do
You're
they?
a legend. They do.
I don't know about all that.
It's true. I would not
Even
lie to
an
you in your
elemental
own
plane
house.
of fire.
And I didn't get to go to the plane of ice cream and milkshakes. I'm still mad about that, but okay, Sal.
That's not
I got a
bullshit.
question for you.
Yeah.
Adrian,
I got a-
did
I
you
got a
promise
question
him
for
a plane of milkshake?
No, wait, shoot, it's important.
Bring a
Sal,
I
bullshit.
want to go here.
if there was
I would
one
too.
person on the council that's not Avren that you think would be trying to hurt everybody, who would it be?
I mean, probably all of them, if we're being honest. Everybody joins the council for their own selfish means. I don't think anybody's ever joined because they're like, oh, I want to help people.
I appreciate your candor, Sal. What about
I mean,
Chucksena?
it's politicians. What are you going to expect?
Does Chucksena seem like a straight shooter to you?
Shaxana's pretty good. I like her. Those two assholes who run the mine, I'm not sure about them, though.
Yeah, that's how they get you, though. They're all like mean
I'm not
and
sure about
crabby.
most of these people, if I'm being honest.
Wait, who runs the mine? Is that Garish or Godfrey or Manfred?
The brothers.
Who
Yeah,
are-
yeah, yeah. You know who I'm talking about.
Yeah, okay. No, I don't. I just got here yesterday, but I'm trying, Sal. I'm trying.
Those poor dwarves are the ones like doing all the heavy lifting, but then all the checks get signed by those other two schmucks. I don't like them at all.
Who else doesn't like those schmucks? Because they lost a lot of money tonight.
I don't
so-
know. One of them's kind of a looker. The ladies take a shine to him. The other one, you know, That one's more abrasive, so less people like him. But honestly, I like somebody that's kind of a bad dude on the outside, because then at least you know what you're getting. You know what I mean? It's those sneaky ones you got to watch out for.
It's a whole mood, Sal. It's a whole mood.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, somebody is trying to put the silver mine out of business and put Port Argent on its heels, and we have to.
Oh, you don't think
out
that
who
was an
is.
accident?
I don't.
We think all of the
Interesting.
events that have happened in the last couple of days might be tied together, although we are still working on how.
Now you're starting to sound like my sister. She's always going on about grand plans and maps and calendars and stuff. Who knows, honestly?
Well, I would like to
That's
know.
not
so
for me to determine. All I got to worry about is keeping this place up and running. I got my own investments. I'm trying to track market trends, if you could catch my drift.
I don't, but I appreciate it anyway.
Yeah, you wouldn't, but that's okay.
I don't know if I should be offended by that, but I appreciate your prompt payment, and we will talk to your sister in the morning.
Mm.
Wait, but Sal.
Yeah,
Sal,
what's up?
Sal, Avren, he just said it. Avren, he said it. It's the market trends. Someone is trying to change the market trends, Sal. Who would benefit besides you? If they change the thing, they
That would take some
impacted.
thinking.
Well, they stopped the silver from getting to Kalaputor. They tried to stop the silver coming out of the mines. They tried to stop the fish coming out of the sea. Someone is messing with the flow, Sal.
Kind of
They're
seems
messing
like
with the
somebody
flow.
doesn't like
I
silver.
see what you did there.
And who wouldn't like silver?
I'd have to look into it. I don't know.
Sal, come on.
I'm not sure. I'd have to think about it. Probably have to consult with Salome. Sorry.
I get it. I get
Sal's
it.
a smoker.
No, yeah.
No, it's the pipe, man. It's the long
I
bottom
finally
leaf.
got
Yeah.
you.
It hits hard.
Finally got you.
It hits hard. Yeah. Okay. Well, if you could direct us to our rooms, we'll get a little rest, and then we will do more heroing, because we got a long night tomorrow. We're going out hunting at midnight with a sea monster. That's happening tomorrow, Sal. That's our life. Sea monster hunting.
See monster hunting.
ruined me.
That's what we do. Avren just stumbles to his room and like
Mhm.
peels off of his armor, and it's got like a funk.
Before you go, he says, I think you're going to have a busy morning, too.
Why is that?
Today, somebody came by the council trying to have you recalled. Made a mighty compelling argument, too. Tiny little spitfire.
And the name was?
I think you know.
Was it Wendy?
Yeah, distant cousin. Not exactly. We just, keep it in the family.
I know.
She had a lot of
Halflings
things
the
to
same
say
way.
about you. Tried to say you corrupted her daughter. Demon worship. Very compelling case. You weren't there to defend yourselves, so let's just say she had the whole room up in arms. You did a
No.
mighty good job.
The reason he was not there to defend himself is because he was attempting to help the people at the mine and recovering the silver and doing all the things that you had.
Hey, it's not me you got to defend it to.
That's tough,
Personally, I
Avren.
think somebody is capable of doing good things and doing bad things. Human beings are very seldom either good or evil. That's just been my experience.
It varies.
Do
from
I think you're
moment to
overall
moment.
great people? Yeah. Would I put it past you to turn on a little kid to demon worship? I don't know. You guys are kind of weird. Maybe it would.
Yeah, I'm not a
can-
demon,
Well, Daisy's a good kid.
and Daisy's a good kid, and she needed defending, and now she can defend herself.
Daisy can take care of herself.
She's
Oh,
the
she
I would
can.
know.
Oh, yes, she can. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But you should see how she defends herself now.
Wait
Ah.
for it.
It's not me you got to defend it against.
All right. Tonight was earlier today was a killer snake, then a cave in, and tomorrow politics. It's just never a dull moment. Never a dull moment.
Hey, you said it, not me.
All
Do
right.
you miss the
But who
rashes
knows?
yet?
Maybe, I can put in a good word for you. I mean, I got to vote too.
Oh, I just hand gold.
Nah.
He looks at it. Like, do you hand him the pouch he gave you back?
No, I mean that was hey, that's Callie and
that's-
I's my
I hand him whatever gold I have on me, and it's all like gold of my own face on both sides.
He like looks at it and he's like, I don't like that. Looks like it might be cursed. Why's it got your face on it?
Reasons.
I don't like it.
It's still gold, Sal.
Once, a dude gave me a pouch full of gold coins. When I woke up, as soon as the sun came up, all the coins were gone. Explain that.
You were drunk and you didn't get
It was wizard
bag
funny money.
full
I
of
don't
coins.
think that
This
is
is not
related.
funny money. It's
This
gold.
looks like wizard funny money. It's got your face on it.
I'm not a wizard. I don't like wizards.
I
It's
just
silly.
don't know if I trust wizard funny money.
It's not wizard funny money,
wait.
Sal.
He's
Sally,
calling. He's
just
calling
let me buy you
a-
out, okay? And then we'll deal with whatever.
You know what?
Horrible, terrible.
When you come
person.
over tomorrow to talk to Salome, we'll talk then.
I have a
He's
bad
calling
feeling about
you
this.
a wizard of the coast. Ha! And then freely collapses.
As you collapse on the stairs, Sal rolls his eyes and calls to Goldie, the bartender, to come help you downstairs. He does. He talks to you in halfling the entire time. And as you retreat to your rooms, that is where we will call it for today's session.
Are we picking up next time, the next morning?
Yeah. So
Can
next
I
time
just-
we pick up, you'll get your long rest and then it'll be the next day.
Yay!
It's
long
nice.
I
rest.
Middle of the
I
night.
have a bowl of that soup on me that I'm just eating as we're walking.
Your beer
Mhm.
soup.
It's
Yeah.
just gravy.
In the middle of
It's
the night,
beer-
I shoot
it's-
freely
it's
in
beer
the
gravy.
temple with the
Yeah.
magic missile, just for dramatic effect. No, I'm kidding.
Thank you so much for joining us tonight. We'll go around and do a really quick round of introductions. Take it away, Lauren.
Hi, I'm Lauren Urban. You might know me as Obo. I'm the community manager for D&D Beyond. I'm going to be on another show tomorrow with Todd, who's the DM, because I'm lucky enough to get to play in 2 shows right in a row that I love very much. And so you can come see me there healing people, because I like to heal people on one show and hurt people on another.
Todd.
I'm Todd. You already know my name.
Meagan.
Okay. I guess,
Short and sweet. I like it.
sure. I mean, you do. Yes. I'm Meagan
Such
Kenreck.
bullshit.
I took Todd Kenreck's last name and then I made it my own. You can find me at Meagan Kenreck on Twitch and Twitter. And I'll also be playing a rebellious water genasi on an upcoming Disney Princess inspired one shot on June 3rd, 5 p.m. Pacific, with a lot of really good friends, DM'd by Joshua Simons. And it will be shown on his own Twitch channel. So make sure to check us out then.
Be Dave.
Todd, can we tell the thing on Thursday? Is the Thursday thing happening? I don't want to say it and then have it not be a thing.
Oh God, what's happening Thursday? Oh yeah, that's happening. We're gonna
Yeah.
build freely. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yay!
Yeah.
Sorry,
We're ta-
Todd's having trouble keeping track.
It's time is a flat circle, my friend. Yes, Thursday we'll be doing I'll be on with Todd talking about the build that went into Freely, the method behind his madness. Tomorrow I'll be guesting on Wizard Rex TV at 5 p.m. PST, and follow me on the Twitters at B Dave Walters. And watch Jasmine stream every day. She's amazing. She's a joy and a delight.
No, she is.
Yes, do
Like
that
if you
too.
need
Absolutely.
catharsis in this world, and you can't say anything.
If you must scream and have no mouth, yes, please watch Jasmine.
If you work at
Yeah.
a corporation, you have to keep it all inside. Watch Jasmine's Twitch channel, and she will express all your feelings for you.
Also participate in her chat because your community is wonderful and I like hanging out with them.
It is
Yeah.
wonderful.
Aw,
And if you're not
thank
wonderful,
you.
she will shut your shit down.
There's
That's
also
true.
that too.
Yeah.
I don't put up with nonsense. I cast
No.
hellish rebuke in real life.
No, your hellish rebuke
Girl,
is
same.
They already did my outro for me. I don't have to do it. Thank you so much. That was wonderful. I'm that bronze girl. And you all described my channel better than I could. And I appreciate that. I have such a delightful time playing with you all every week. Even though Sal's voice sent me into a teary-eyed coughing fit. So it looks like I'm about to cry. I promise I'm not. I hope you all have a wonderful night. Thank you so much. We will see you next Tuesday. Same great time, same great place. Have a wonderful night, everyone.
Same
Thank
great
you,
time.
everybody. See you next week.